Spending a good wad of cash on a luxury watch is one of the greatest indulgences bestowed on modern people. After all, who needs a pension fund if you can wear a unique piece on your wrist and arouse jealousy, admiration, or envy in your neighbor? Quickly, let's check the most expensive watches that are available for those who have the money. But first, please like and subscribe to this channel, and then sit back and relax. Patek Philippe Grandmaster Chime, 29 million euros. After a 5-minute bidding war, Patek Philippe's Grandmaster Chime became the most expensive wristwatch ever sold at auction, beating out the Paul Newman Rolex, the title's previous holder. The final price? About 29 million euros, which, although it may seem like a lot of money, technically you are getting 2 watches for what you pay. Think of it as a very expensive buy one get one free offer. The Grandmaster Chime features 2 dials, one on the back, and 20 different functions, including chime modes for each clock, which are also patented. Yes, it's a lot of watch for a lot of money, but it also raised a lot of money for a good cause. A portion of the sale will go towards Duchenne muscular dystrophy research. Breguet Grande compilation Marie Antoinette, 28 million euros. If you have staged a paper house robbery and you don't know how to spend your spare change, here we give you a good option. Behold the most expensive watch in the world. The Breguet Grande complication Marie Antoinette was commissioned by a mysterious lover of the former French queen and advocate of storied Marie Antoinette cakes. Legendary watchmaker Abraham Louis Breguet started the project in 1782, and his son finished it in 1827. The watch was stolen in the early 20th century from a museum in Jerusalem and reappeared, by magic, in 2007. Now it's locked up in the LA Mayer Museum, waiting for you to walk away with a suitcase full of the 50s. Patek Philippe new limited Grandmaster Chime, 17 million euros. To commemorate the 175th anniversary of its founding, Patek Philippe has created a limited edition watch collection, which includes this Grandmaster Chime 5175R. We can assure you that it is the most complicated wristwatch of the brand and one of the most complicated in the world. The Grandmaster Chime is also the first wristwatch with 2 Patek Philippe faces, which can be interchanged by rotating the case. This is possible thanks to a rotation mechanism that is housed in the connections of the bracelet. Very easy to use. Essential information such as hour, minute, and date can be read on both options. Paul Newman Rolex Daytona, 15 million euros. More than a watch, a gift of eternal love. In 1968, Joanne Woodward gave this Rolex Daytona to Paul Newman with a message engraved on her number. Drive carefully, me. The actor, as fond of racing as he is of watches, little did he imagine that this present was going to become the holy grail for watch collectors and would fetch 15 million euros at auction. A curious fact is, since at this price, the sum of 9,030 Rolex Daytona's model would amount according to its price in 2017. The pity is that none of them even touched the wrist of good Newman. Jacob & Co., the billionaire, 14.8 million euros. We saw it on Floyd Mayweather at his birthday party, and it has been haunting us ever since. It's about the Billionaire Watch by Jacob & Co., and the truth is, we can't imagine anyone who isn't a billionaire wearing it. The chronograph is crafted in white gold and covered in 313 emerald-cut diamonds, totaling 176.88 carats of pure brilliance. As if this were not enough, the watch has a 1.21-carat ruby adorning the crown. The watchmaking house has only produced one example of this watch, which further increases its value. Patek Philippe Ref 1518 in steel, 10.3 million euros. This is not just a high-end watch, but the holy grail of watches, the one who occupies the top of the pyramid. Only 4 examples of the steel Patek Philippe 1518 were ever made, and when it was introduced in 1941, it was the first watch with an integrated calendar and chronograph. This is an incredibly complex, rare, and historically significant piece from a highly collectible manufacturer. Break world records at all levels. It is therefore understandable that it would go on to sell for 11,002,000 Swiss francs, about 10 million euros, at a Philips auction in Geneva, a world record for a wristwatch at auction that would set a new record in November 2016. 7 bidders made the watch beat out the Patek Philippe 5016 that sold a year earlier for 7.3 million Swiss francs, 6.5 million, on only watch. Louis Moinet Meteoris collection, 3.9 million euros, well made of precious stones for the best tribute to Louis Moinet, the famous father of chronograph watches born in the 18th century. But that is not the highlight. There is even meteorite material in this work of ultra-space price. The meteorite collection is made up of 4 watches in total, and each watch features a unique piece of rare space rock. For example, the tourbillon Mars includes a fragment of the Jiddet Al-Harasis 479 meteorite, an authentic 180 million-ton piece from the planet Mars, years since it fell on Earth. Keep in mind that Martian meteorites can sell for up to $1,000 per gram, more than 15 times the price of gold. Patek Philippe 5004T, 3.32 million euros. A unique watch because there is only one, the one created in 2013 for auction, in a titanium version of the beautiful, but somewhat unfortunate, Patek Philippe 5004 collection. Its sporty appearance confused more than one expert in its presentation. The Swiss are often with their classics. Even so, the auction jumped over 3 million euros, and since then it has become a myth. Frank Muller Eternitas Mega 4 to 2 million euros, with 1,483 individual components, a 1,000-year calendar, and a host of other eclectic features. The Frank Muller Eternitas will leave you more frightened and confused than a parliamentary session trying to call the roll. Labeled the Master of Complications by industry enthusiasts, the Swiss watchmaker has managed to pack an unprecedented amount of utility into the Mega 4 model, which also features a sapphire crystal case and tourbillon piece on the dial. Rolex Daytona John Player Special, 1.3 million euros. As soon as he was born, he was nicknamed the Lotus of Formula One. His colors inspired such a feat, a gold watch that becomes part of the list of the most expensive watches in the world thanks to an auction at Sotheby's. Your final price? 1.3 million euros. The John Player Special Model Reference Rolex 6264 is crafted in 18-karat gold and is, to date, a chronograph whose final price is the highest ever paid at a UK auction. Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Grande Complication, 825,000 euros. Audemars has in its curriculum some of the best complications in the history of watchmaking, but with this Grande Complication, it takes the gold medal. The interiors are all hand-finished, trimmed, and brushed with polished bevels. All of this is accompanied by a host of functions, including a split-second chronograph, perpetual calendar, and minute repeater. And best of all, it is tremendously beautiful. Do you price the style? It looks like it starts at 800 key euros. George Daniel Coaxial Chronograph, 690,000 euros. Does the most important watchmaker of the 20th century need to be impetuous? The answer is no, and the proof is the George Daniels Coaxial Chronograph. The Brit only produced a few dozen watches in his lifetime, although his most important contribution to the industry was the invention of the coaxial escapement system, which he later sold to Omega. The only George Daniel of its kind sold for 690,000 euros at auction in 2012, a figure that places it among the chosen ones. Ulysse Nardin Hannibal Minute Repeater Tourbillon, 635,000 euros. It seems that watchmakers appreciate Greco-Roman culture because we find the Hannibal Minute Repeater Tourbillon by Ulysse Nardin and its detail of Hannibal, not the cannibal. However, the engraving is not the only thing that makes this watch so extravagantly expensive. All components are finished by hand, from the main board to the upper bridge. The watch features a Westminster Minute Repeater, which, if you weren't familiar with it or a music fan, is not a normal minute repeater. It has a unique music system like Big Ben's, albeit much quieter, and also it is not very big, although its price does not show it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, the subscription button, and the notification bell. To get notified when new videos are uploaded from this channel, please share your thoughts about the most expensive watches in the world in the comment section below. Thank you.